here's Brody Brazil.
Hey, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to this series profiling the 2023 Oakland A's players. I'm always happy to talk about TK, Tony Kemp. It's crazy to think that at this point he's one of the longer tenured and longest tenured Oakland A's. He joined the team in 2020, which, by the way, feels like 3 different worlds ago, considering all that's happened to us in the last couple of years. But Tony Kemp, a mainstay on this team, has not always had the sustained opportunity, but I really do feel like last season took advantage of that. Now he's in an interesting place contractually in his career, so we will discuss all of that for TK right here, right now. And by the way, did I mention this already? One of my favorite dudes in the clubhouse. Upbeat, great team guy. This is a player you want to go to battle with. You don't want to go to battle against him. You want to go to battle with Tony Kemp. And over the course of a season where things get draining and fatiguing, TK, great guy to have in your dugout and in your clubhouse. He'll be 31 years old on opening day. He comes in with 5 years, 98 days of big league service time. A lot of people remember him as a Houston Astro, where he broke into baseball, and it's crazy how the Astros, just like Laureano, let Tony Kemp slip through the cracks. They felt like they were too talented, and then all of a sudden, Tony Kemp comes the A's way. But he also played for the Cubs. I do want to make this very clear. We value his versatility in Oakland. Can play a corner outfield spot, no problem, can play second base, but he actually mostly was an outfielder for Houston and Chicago. In fact, barely played any infield, which has kind of been the inverse for Oakland. Yeah, he has played a lot of left and right when need be, but mostly has been the A's second baseman, a second baseman for Oakland since 2020. Now, he does become a free agent at the end of this season, and I mean no more arbitration-eligible years. The A's were able to agree to terms with him for the upcoming season, but free to do whatever he wants at the end of this season. And I'm just going to say right now, we'll preview his 23 momentarily, but that will be an overarching theme for him personally, is playing well, being valuable, and the A's may be understanding that they will not retain him for 2024, and maybe they at some point will try and cash in on his value. Maybe Tony Kemp will not end this season with Oakland, 23. Maybe he will be in a playoff contender in a spot and a team that can use his services. And I hate that speculation. I hate to start off a video like this. I'm not going to start this thing over. And I mean, I have to say it. I have to put that out there. It's the business side of it. I just want all of us to be aware of it and to appreciate Tony Kemp, watching him in the green and gold. He's been a fun player to watch, good person to watch. And so appreciate him when you see him this season. Let's dive into his 2022. A tale of 2 different seasons, and he admitted this in multiple interviews. He said, my first half stunk. I don't know what that was. And I was like, don't be so hard on yourself. But when you look at before the All-Star break, he was hitting .203, 11 doubles, 14 ribbies, 85 games played. A healthy chunk, like more than half of the season, he was just barely above the Mendoza line. After the All-Star break, TK came to life. .278 average in 62 games, 13 doubles, 32 RBI. So played a lot of games last year, played a healthy balance of baseball. It was just before the break, after the break, 2 totally different players. And also this, we can spout off offensive stats all we want, but a sure-handed second baseman, no errors in his final 64 games of the season at second base. Now, I don't have a way to quantify the highlight reel type plays here, and this is not just a 2022 thing. But think back on Tony Kemp defensively in the last couple of years. How many over-the-shoulder, diving, running, leaping catches has he made where you're like, I didn't know the dude had that much range or that much hops? Or, I mean, it's not a knock, TK. I'm just saying, like, whoa, where did that come from? He always seems to make the routine plays, but he's also been making the incredible plays too. So I don't really have a way to quantify that here statistically or textually, but I do want to include that. Let's talk about base running for Tony Kemp. When he gets on and when he does get the steal sign, he was successful last year 91% of the time. Only 12 attempts. He got thrown out just once. But the 84.6% stolen base rate with the A's in the last couple of years. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Now, if you're not going to bat TK leadoff, which maybe you do, maybe you don't, how about a double leadoff situation? Or TK at the top, Nick Allen as the 9 hitter. Let's let's maybe use the speed to Oakland's advantage. I know that's not a strategy they've always taken advantage of, but when you're seeing these types of numbers, it is compelling. It's encouraging. It's also a little bit compelling. Maybe use it more. Tony Kemp hit .286 with runners in scoring position. Love that about him. 323 batting average and a 901 OPS in ninth innings. Now, that's a small sample size. And how many ninth inning at-bats does he get? Yeah, some here and there. But I love when a guy hits 323 in the ninth inning. Tony Kemp has some clutch factor to him, not just those highlight reel type plays which save runs, but yeah, with the bat too. Led off 103 times for the A's. Like I said, if he's going to get a ton of at-bats at the top of the lineup, and if he can get on base, let's go back to, where is it? That right there. Let's have him swiping some bags. If he can do it, if he can lead off the game with a walk, let's get TK to second. And then let's have Brownie or Diaz or whoever's batting after. Let's have him knock in Tony Kemp. So, selfishly, I'd go for a couple more swipes. All right, let's look forward to 2023 for Tony Kemp. He has been a team leader. He has now been one of the longest tenured players. He's only been there since 2020, but he understands the clubhouse. He's a veteran. He's a great dude to have around. So if you're the A's and you don't have a Stephen Vogt anymore, and as of right now, you don't have a Chad Pinder anymore, I mean, who are your team established veteran leaders? There are some. I think James Caprillian's one, Cole Irvin's one, a couple others, but Tony Kemp is a leader, an almost everyday player on this team, and a leader figure. One of many utility players. I mean, the A's have 5 or 6 guys that can play 4 or 5 positions, and that's important, right? You do not want to have a logjam with some prospects coming up, and it gives Mark Kotsay options to know, okay, I want TK in there. I want his bat. I can put him here or there or infield, outfield, whatever. That's valuable, and he's done well with that, so it is important. Using his speed, I think I've gone into enough detail on that. I'd love to see some more stolen bases for him. And last but not least, it is that contract year. He is going to be a free agent, so I hope he shows up, shows out, does the best for him, absolutely, but I hope it also benefits the Oakland A's. And if they do cash in on his value, I hope they get something for it. And for Tony Kemp, I hope, if anything, if there's any type of transaction, I hope it puts him in a really good opportunity and a really good spot for the future. I said it before, we're going through this series. Some of the players I've gotten to know better than others, and TK through media obligations and this and that. Always a good dude. Happy to have him on the team, and one of the players I look forward to for this upcoming season. By the way, that's how you're doing it right there. Not just going headfirst into third base, but the gold batting gloves. He's got the wristband on there on the left side. The wristband with the player's caricature on there. I love that. It's a throwback to the 80s and 90s. The high socks, obviously the Kelly green they were wearing on that night, probably a Friday night. Like, that's showing up right there. That's how you do it. Okay, did I get distracted? Thumbs up on this video if you're still watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Lots more player profiles and other A's content coming your way. See you next time.